Alright, we're going to start on this side over here. It has a hookup light for hooking up at nighttime. Also has the vent for the battery. We're going to come down into the front compartment. It has a spare tire that's in there. It's been put on with a wrench, but it's not been torqued on. But it is air to pressure. For any reason, the two landing jacks on the front won't work. There is a fusible link right here in the center. Check that 30 amp fuse first. There is also a manual way that you can crank it in. It goes on this door side compartment. Comes through the little hole here in the front, and we'll manually crank those jacks up or down. For any reason it won't go on its own, there is a manual way to take the two front landing jacks up or down. Your second battery's over here on this side. We're going to go right on around to the other side over here. We'll start in the front and work our way back. It has a flip switch on the front for running the jacks up or down. You can extend them or retract them. Two 30-pound propane cylinders that are actually full of propane except for what we use to service the trailer. The arrow on the regulator is pointed towards this one over here. It's showing you that it's green inside of the eye. As soon as that bottle would happen to come empty, it's going to turn red inside the eye, indicate that the bottle it's pointed to is empty. It will automatically pick up from this cylinder over here. With the cylinder being open, it's still going to show you red inside the eye that the cylinder is pointed to is empty, and it's having to pick up from the one on the opposite side. Then all you have to do is flip it over to that side, take this one off, take it downtown, have it refilled while you work off of that one there. But that's the one we worked off when we serviced the trailer. Your next compartment back is your water fill compartment. It also has your manual crank handle that does them front landing jacks up or down. Any reason they won't go on their own, and it will automatically run your slide rooms in the back of the trailer in or out. I'll show you the hole for that and we'll get back to it. It does have a black tank flush up at the top for when you're dumping your termination valves. You can hook a water hose and regulator to that, turn water pressure onto it. Has a little aerator on the inside that spins around, helps clean out the inside of the black tank only. Right down below that you have an outside shower that gives you hot and cold running water on this side of the trailer over here. The connection on the left-hand side right below it is your city water connect that you can hook to with the water hose and regulator and never have to fill the freshwater tank on the trailer, work right off the water hose. The one right behind it fills your freshwater tank. I usually hook a water hose and regulator up to it, turn water pressure onto it, go to the inside monitor panel, push the fresh button and watch it fill 1/3, 2/3 full. Right down below that there is a bypass on it for winterizing. You have to turn the valve sideways coming from the freshwater tank to the pump. Then it will automatically pick up from this hose here, suck right out of the antifreeze jug, goes right through the whole system of the trailer. This has to be in line when you're sucking water from the tank to the faucets. And then you also have your bypass for the hot water heater. It is in a normal operating position now. When you get it drained, you'll flip it up. That way that when you're sucking the antifreeze through the bypass, it does not fill the hot water heater with antifreeze. We're going to leave it down in the normal position. You also have a park cable hookup and two satellite hookups. The park cable hookup works with the antenna on top of the trailer. Satellite 1 will take you into the living room. Satellite 2 takes you into the bedroom area. There is a hole in the bottom of the compartment so you can bring your cable lines up and your water lines. That way you can leave the two big compartment doors shut while you're camping. We're going to flip them back and lock those into place. That is your power cord for the trailer. It's 35 foot long. It is a 50 amp service. It goes on, makes a quarter of a turn, tighten up the black knob. Back of the hot water heater is next. Has an electric switch in the lower left hand corner on the outside for the electric side of it. The gas switch is going to be on your monitor panel on the inside, but you always want to make sure that you have water coming out of the pop-off valve before you turn on electric or gas. Also has an anode rod down here in the bottom that is your drain plug for the hot water heater for draining the water out of it. But an anode rod actually draws all the impurities to that anode rod and then draws all the impurities to it, eats up that rod instead of eating up the inside of the tank. They're usually good for 2 years or 10,000 gallons of water. Anytime the steel rod in the center is showing it's time to replace it. On your termination valves, the handle at the top, the black handle, is your toilet water only. The gray handle towards the front is your bathroom sink and shower water. The gray handle towards the back is your kitchen sink water only. Furnace is the next one back. It's going to suck cold air at the top, hot air out the bottom. I always suggest putting a mud diver screen over the outside of the furnace for the simple fact that mud dauber screen is less than 15 bucks. It's $145 an hour for every hour that somebody has to take the furnace out and clean the mud daubers out of it. So it is a very wise investment. Lug nuts on the trailer's been torqued at 100 foot-pounds. That's what's recommended on the side. They are radiator pressure, which is 65 pounds on the side of them cold. They also have the nitro gas in them instead of having air in them. But if you're out on the road and one would happen to come low, you can put air in on top of it. But if you want the pure nitro fill, you have to take it back to like a Plaza Tire or a car dealership. Have them suck the air that you put in back out and put the nitro back into them. Right behind the axles is the freshwater tank drain. The one with the T-handle on it is the drain for it. The one that doesn't have anything on it is the breather tube that lets the air come out of the tank while the tank's filling with water. The little black hole on this side over here takes that brass handle that's in the off-door front compartment and will manually crank the room on the opposite side in or out. For any reason it won't work on its own, it does have a manual way to crank the room in or out. As we step to the back here, it is prepped for a backup camera up top. It does have a ladder for going up and checking the roof. My theory is the life expectancy of the trailer depends on the roof. The quicker you can find them on the roof and fix it, the better off you are. As we come around to this side here, it does have a switch in the back that runs the balancing jacks down. They're not for leveling, they're just for stabilizing the trailer. Sometimes one jack comes down before the other one does, but it'll hit the ground, then the other one comes down till it hits the ground, and they lift accordingly and evenly. This little hole on this side over here is where the manual crank handle goes in to crank the slide room on the off-door side in or out. For any reason, it won't go on its own. Little antennas for the stereo. We do have the 2 outside speakers. A spot for the TV that's inside the trailer that comes out, fits into the V slot here, plugs into the 110 outlet, and hooks to the park cable or satellite hook up there. In the front door side compartment, we have a little light for the compartment. We also have your battery disconnect, and the little black switch here at the front turns the little set of LED lights on the cap on. Then we're back up here to where the second battery is located on the trailer. It does have directions on how to hook the battery up. It is vented out to the side, and we also have a solar charging port. Then if you wanted to buy the solar panel that sits out beside the trailer, plugs into this port, then it would automatically charge the battery on the front of the trailer from the sunlight. We're going to go back to the front door. We're going to open the front door fully extended open. On the steps, the yellow handle loosens the steps from the door frame. We're going to let it kind of pull out at us. As it comes down, it has a pin on either side of the legs that can be pulled out for the adjustment of the legs. Little pin here on either side. The main thing on it is it has to lay flat in the threshold so that the front door closes over the top of it properly. Once the steps are out, locked into place, don't change the pitch of the trailer from front to back. It can push the steps up into the bottom of the door. We do have a working fire extinguisher on the left-hand side as we come in. We're going to go ahead and run that slide room out. We'll go ahead and run the other slide room out. Opens the inside of the trailer up pretty good. Gives you a lot more space. As we start to go around the island, it has an LP carbon monoxide detector here on the side. Gives you 1 continuous beep when it smells LP. It gives you 4 beeps 2 times in a row for carbon monoxide. And we also have a 110 outlet on the same side of the island. Little remote does the fireplace, low and high, and off. You can change the heat. You can change the rocks and the flames. It goes between 30 minutes up to 9 hours, and then it kicks itself off. The middle-sized remote does the stereo, turns it on and off. It is an AM/FM stereo. A speaker is your auditorium inside the trailer. B is going to be your outside speakers. It'll also play a CD or DVD. A DVD goes inside, but then you have to change your settings on your TV from TV to AV1. We're going to power the TV up. I think the TV got 42 channels. And that's about 80 miles from here. That's not too bad a picture working off the antenna on top and the booster that's mounted in the bedroom. We're going to go to that source button. To get it to play a DVD, you have to take it off TV and bring it down to where it's component AV. Then it will play a DVD between the stereo and TV. You have to use the middle-sized remote to operate the DVD player in the stereo. And then when you want to go back to TV, all you have to do is take your source button, take it off AV1 and go back to the TV setting. There is a little storage underneath each one of the seats at the kitchen table. Playing cards, placemats, little push button and the light in the front that turns the light above the table on. The lights above the recliners have to be turned on by hand. They have a little push button in the center of each one of them. You have a USB port in between the two recliners for charging cell phones. The little bracket vent on the cabinet down at the bottom is the way that we bring heat back into the living room area from the furnace. Couch will butterfly out into a bed. We do have a fire escape window behind it. The light above the couch has to be turned on by hand. Got a little push button in the center of it. And we also have a 110 outlet to the right side of the couch. Pretty good sized storage cabinets and drawers. 4 drawers down below. Pretty good sized storage underneath the kitchen sink. Lots of room for a trash can, extra towels, paper towels. We're going to go into the ice box. It is a 12-volt ice box. There is 2 settings on it. The one for the freezer's up here in the top. It is at mid-range, and the freezer got down to 5 degrees below zero. In the bottom, there is a round dial at the top that sets the setting for it, and we got it down to 35 degrees. There is also a travel lock for the refrigerator door that goes between the 2 doors. It goes right in here in this little hole. The black washer helps hold the freezer and the refrigerator door in place. We'll stick it right back down there for now. Microwave. The only thing I can tell you about the microwave is I did warm my coffee up in it. It does have a clock button. Let's say it's 2:30 in the evening. Get the time on there, hit the clock again till the 2 center eyes is flashing. The only reason I ever set the time on the microwave is you can tell if the trailer's lost 110 power coming to it if it doesn't have the proper time when you come back to the trailer. We do have a light for the stovetop and a fan switch to turn the fan on. Glass stovetop. We're going to turn the little button on the right hand side on. We're going to fold that glass stovetop up 2 times up out of the way. We're going to turn the knob to the light position using the striker on the left hand side to light all 3 burners up on top. Same way with your oven. You can turn it to where it says pilot on. Actually hold down on the knob using the same striker on the left hand side to light the pilot on the stove. Let that pilot run for about a minute's time. Then you can dial that up to the temperature that you want. And it also has a light inside the oven so that you can see what you're cooking. Right off to the right hand side there is another button for the light for the countertop. We have 2 light switches on the wall. The first one turns your LED lights above the slide room on for decorative lighting. The second switch activates the fan in the ceiling, which also has a remote for turning it on and off. We're going to go into the manual mode and hit the up button. automatically the vent will come up on its own. The fan has 3 speeds on it. Then you also have the down button, brings it back down closed, and this will be mounted on the wall by the right side of the kitchen stove. You also have a USB port and a 110 outlet. Breaker box is next. Breaker box is marked from the left hand side to the right, exactly what each one of the fuses are. Your car fuses on the right hand side from the bottom up, leaving you 5 spots at the top that are empty. Anytime one of the car fuses, 12-volt car fuses, blows, it has a red light on the right hand side that illuminates, showing that the fuse that is blown. And you can also see that red light through the tinted lens on the front of the cover. We're going to go back up here to the thermostats. This very top one right here is in the cool position, so we're going to go ahead and turn it all the way off, and we're going to start back over again. Fan speed on low, fan speed on high. Hit that mode button one more time. It brings it up to where it says cool on the left hand side, cool low, cool auto, and cool high. Then you'll dial your temperature down for whatever you want the trailer set on for the air conditioner in the living room. The second thermostat does the air conditioner in the master bedroom. It works the same way. It uses your fan speed first, low, fan speed high, cool, cool low, cool auto, and cool high. And you'll dial your temperature down for it. The little flip switch on the right hand side of that is for the ceiling fan back in the living room area. Turns the ceiling fan on and off. On that ceiling fan, there's 3 settings for the fan blade on it too. We're going to come and check the freshwater tank. Actually, we're going to check the battery first. Shows the battery's fully charged. To get an accurate reading on the battery, you need to actually have the 110 line unplugged before you push the battery button. On your freshwater tank, it's going to show you that it's full too. Black tank's got 1/3 of a tank in it. Gray tank 1 will be your bathroom sink and shower water. It's showing you that it's empty. And gray tank 2 is your kitchen sink water only, and it's showing that it's empty. Excuse me. The first red button on the left hand side turns your water pump on between the freshwater tank and the faucets. The second one is the gas side of the hot water heater. When we turn it on, the little door fault light should come on. Stays on for about a minute's time. Then it goes off. Then the hot water heater will go through 3 lighting processes to light on gas. For any reason it does not light on gas, that little red light's going to come back on. And it's still on electric, so it's still kind of hot. Switch right here turns your living room lights on. Second one turns your LED lights on your awning. We have an awning switch to run your awning in or out. Slide ring switch here runs the off door side slide in and out. This slide switch here runs the door side slide in and out. The light in the hallway has to be turned on by hand. Little push button in the center of it. We're going to open up the bathroom door. We're going to come into the bathroom. It does have a light switch on the right hand side as we step in that turns the lights above us on. The 110 outlet in the bathroom is your GFCI outlet that controls all the 110 outlets in the trailer. We have another knurled handle up here at the top that cranks up. Little black button turns the vent on. We also have a round white vent in the ceiling bringing air conditioning into the bathroom area, and we have a registered vent in the floor that brings heat into the bathroom area. And there is a foot pedal on the right hand side. According to the lid, you push halfway down, fills with water, push all the way down, fills and dumps. Your shower's just like you have at home. It has hot water on the left side, cold water on the right side. It does have a travel lock on the bathroom door that needs to be secured into place while the trailer's in movement. Pretty good sized storage space down below the bathroom sink. That's basically it for the bathroom area. We're going to go up into the bedroom area. It does have a light switch on the left side of the wall as we come into the master bedroom. The white switch runs the slide room in and out. There is a 110 outlet and a USB port on the left side of the master bedroom. The 2 lights above the headboard have to be turned on by hand. We also have a directional antenna up on top that you, if you do your auto scan on your TV and you don't have the channels that you want, push up on your triple lump there, twist it just a little bit to the side, and it changes the pitch of the antenna on top, and then do your auto scan again. Sometimes you lose a few channels, sometimes you gain a few channels. There is the quick cool down on both of the ACs that you can open up. That's all the cold air come down into this area that will come into here. When you close those back off, it goes to the round vents in the ceiling. There is another spot for a TV in the master bedroom, a 110 outlet to plug it into. You also have your TV antenna booster. Green light indicates that it's working. And then you have your satellite prep right above it. We also have a fire escape window on the door side in the master bedroom. Another USB port, another 110 outlet. The right side of the closet is prepped for a washer dryer. The red is the hot side of the water system, the blue is the cold side. Then you have your drain line in between. But you also have the two 110 outlets that are designated for the washer and dryer in there. That has a clothes rack in it that you can put clothes on. Coat hooks on the sides. This side over here is where the shoe rack is in the master closet. Does have a push button in the top of it. Does not have a USB port or 110 outlet on the right side of the bed in this unit. On some of them they have them on both sides. This one does not have it on the right side, just has it on the left side. Then you got your privacy windows on the sides that you can lift up to let a cross breeze of air go across the headboard of the bed. That's basically about everything on the trailer. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them the best that I can. Thank you for your time.